Cozy.
Hello.
Cozy, cozy. Let's move a little bit to the left.
To the left?
Little bit.
This is my left, this left.
Hello everyone. Welcome to a beautiful sunny day. We had to pick a great day to do this interview in public.
Yes.
Because last week it wasn't that great. Yeah, and you picked a very crowded square, which is great because it gives the ambiance, the city vibes.
It's one of my favorite squares, yes.
My name is Robin, for those who don't know me. And today I have Elizabeth here on your public bench.
Yes.
For another Good Place episode. For those who don't know, Good Place is a interview series, our conversations with people from various backgrounds about whether they are in a good place, which is in a physical sense, like the city they live in, and in life. But that's really up to them how much they like to share or not. We don't know each other that well yet, so a good opportunity to get to know you through this interview.
Yes.
Thanks for being here, Elizabeth. Could you please state briefly where are we at the moment?
Well, we are at Emma Plain, very close to Cafe Emma, which is like a classic, always been here place. And you have everything you need over here. Restaurants and a nice bench to sit on. And
in which city?
In The Hague. We are in The Hague.
If you wonder which square, Regentesseplein in The Hague.
In The Hague.
And tell us a bit more about you.
Well, all right. Let's see. Well, I'm Elizabeth Njeru Kerangasa.
And that means?
That's my names. Those are just my names.
I could not remember that.
Just remember Elizabeth. It's enough. Exactly. It's enough. So yes, I was born and raised in Kenya, in Embu. Ever been?
No, never.
Okay, okay. There's always
You're going to tell me all about it.
I'm going to tell you about it. And I've been living in the Netherlands now for 24 years. First in Utrecht, then Amsterdam, and now in The Hague.
And we seemingly met once in Amsterdam.
Yes.
So that was a time where you were still living in Amsterdam?
Yes, I lived in Amsterdam for about 10 years. So I had a job and then I stopped working for the boss and went to work for myself, and I was still in Amsterdam. Yes.
And of course then the logical question is, when did you make those moves and why did you make those moves? From Kenya to the Netherlands?
Well, I'll start with why. I guess it's because of life. Things happen and then you make decisions. So I was studying at the university in Kenya and I met a Dutch student who was on an exchange student. And we fell in love, and then I ended up in the Netherlands for my studies because I wanted to do my master's. So my plan was to go to the US.
Okay.
But because I met him, it became the Netherlands, which afterwards I'm really happy about, actually. Yeah, I've been to the US several times, but honestly, I love living in the Netherlands. Yeah. And well, I went to study in Utrecht, sociology.
Okay.
And I was there for some years, and after a while I was like, it's so small, this place, I know everybody, I know every street, I know every cafe. I want to change. So I moved to Amsterdam.
You wanted a more anonymous life?
I wanted a more anonymous life, excitement. I was still very young, still partying a lot. So yeah, Amsterdam.
And then you moved to The Hague.
Well, The Hague. I moved to The Hague because, before I moved to Amsterdam, I had already broken up with a guy.
Bye-bye love story.
Bye-bye. Yeah, looking forward to other things. So when I was in Amsterdam, I met a guy who lived in Landsmeer, which is in Amsterdam North. And he has a very good job here in The Hague. And he was always traveling late at night, early in the morning. And I thought, what a waste of time. Let's just pack our bags and move to The Hague so that all the traveling time we can spend together doing nice things. And it's been great because now I can just hop on my bike, run to town, we have a cup of coffee or lunch together, or after work we just meet up somewhere. It's fantastic.
He still is your boyfriend?
Yes, he's my boyfriend. He's actually my muchumba, so we're going to get married one day.
Muchumba?
Yes.
Is that fiancé?
Fiancé, yes.
I'm like improving my Kenyan.
In Swahili.
Oh, Swahili.
Yes.
And what is it in for a female? If it's your fiancé?
It's the same.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when I get home, because she's my fiancé, my partner, then
Yes,
I call
muchumba.
her Muchumba.
Yes.
Okay. Anne-Marie, if you see this, I'm gonna call you Muchumba.
Mchumba wangu. You have to
Hello.
say my mchumba.
my Muchumba.
Yeah, so mchumba wangu.
This interview turns out in a language course. That's interesting. So like both moments, what took you out of Kenya and brought you here is love, and
Yes.
then the second part maybe is because you had to escape love, or you broke up and don't want to cross him on the streets, and then you moved again for love.
Yeah, I've never actually thought of it like that, but yeah, that quite summarizes it, yes.
Yeah, that's also what this conversation is about. Yeah? Making sense of your life.
If that's even possible. Or necessary. Maybe you don't even need to make sense of life, you just have to live it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can actually already quit right now because that's like the inside of the conversation. Okay, but I mean, but also it's also practical. But if you look at The Hague, if you would compare it with Amsterdam,
Yeah.
Utrecht, what are the factors that you really appreciate about the city?
I think what I really love and find very special about The Hague is that you have this big city and you have the beach.
Yeah.
You have a serious beach, which is just very long, very wide, and very diverse.
Yeah.
And of course the sand dunes, and it's also very green. So I can actually walk from my house to the beach, which I really love. Because when I was living in Amsterdam, it was like a whole trip. You had to take, the tram and then the train, and then, just too much work. So now it's just been great. And I can remember during Corona when you weren't allowed to see anybody or go anywhere, it was so great because we could just go to the beach and just relax. If you even just sit there, you completely relax. It gives a lot of space and, fantastic. I don't know if you've been to the beach.
Here in The Hague? Of course.
Ah, you see, so you know it very well.
Well,
and all the horeca,
Yeah.
that's also great.
I mean, that's also one of the main reasons why I moved to The Hague from Amsterdam, is, you're encapsulated in a city like Amsterdam.
Yes.
And yeah, especially during lockdown, you notice you escape to a park.
Yeah.
But then you want to have more than only a park.
Yeah. So did you move before Corona or after Corona?
No, in the middle. I think
In the middle of Corona.
2021.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. In February 21.
Okay. And was it your idea to move, or was it your mchumba who wanted to move?
By then, she was not my mchumba
Oh.
yet. That happened after that. But my mchumba and I, we both made that decision. We are completely, in that sense, on a lot of things we're on the same page.
Thank God.
It's funny, we moved there, the two of us, and then within 1.5 year we got a kid, we got a car, we got a dog.
Whoa! You grew up.
Life
Became serious.
and I turned gray. Yeah. A lot of life happened.
Life happened.
You gotta live it, right? I just heard. You gotta live it. Well, I did live it. I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still living it.
And I live it.
Yes.
But I think that's also been like the inspiration for this series, because one, it's a good tool to get to know new people.
Yeah.
But also, I have things why I moved to a city. But why do other people move to a new city, or what is a good place?
Yeah.
Especially So you've been in the Netherlands how long now?
24 years.
Yeah.
Always lived in the city.
Yeah.
Always about 15 minutes to the city center.
So you're a city girl.
I'm a city girl, for sure, yeah.
Why is that?
Because I want things to do. You know, you can have a huge house in the Vineland, in the middle of nowhere. But then what do you do with yourself? I really love the freedom to see other people, to go to restaurants, to cycle, to places.
It's the vibrance.
Yeah, exactly, the energy. The options, I like options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we would put you somewhere in a house on the prairie, you would be very unhappy.
I would enjoy it for a while, but then I start going crazy after a while.
Of your muchamba, or like your boyfriend, or your fiancé,
of not having things to do. Yeah.
Too quiet.
Or the feeling that I don't have options. Yeah.
So what's an option you love doing most in the city?
Ooh, cafes and restaurants.
This is your stamkroeg, as they say in Dutch. Yeah.
No, this is not my stamkroeg. Actually, I do have like my favorite restaurant, which is in town.
Okay.
Jamie Bennett.
Okay.
I love that place. I go there we go there too much.
Yeah. By the way, not sponsored.
No, it's not. It's just true love. No, but we went there when we came to The Hague. That was really crazy because then you realize you don't really have a network, you don't have friends, you don't know where the restaurants are, you don't know where to kind of find anything. And I remember saying to my mchumba, well, you have colleagues who've lived in The Hague forever, so could you ask for tips for restaurants? Because we need to know where to go and eat good food.
Yeah.
And just by chance, he had one of the colleagues who was actually making a food blog. So she was perfect, and she gave us a list of like 3 good restaurants.
Okay.
And we went to the first one, and the food was so good. So I said, "Who is the chef? I want to talk to the chef." And then we just became friends, and we never actually managed to go to the other 2 restaurants.
That's Jamie Bennett.
Yeah, that's Jamie Bennett, yeah. And well, I love it because it's so diverse, you know, like the food. I have a lot of international friends, all kinds of people, and the food is really good. But also, when you go there, everybody always can find something. So you're vegetarian, you don't have to stress about this.
Might they like it or not?
Yeah, exactly. If you go to a Chinese restaurant, then it's only Chinese, or pizza is only pizza. But this is really very nice, and of course, inside and outside, great crowd, nice drinks, you know.
Options. Very good options. It's like make it options with alcohol.
Exactly. Whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
They even have some water for you.
For those who...
Yes. For January and February.
The dry months.
The dry months.
The dry months. Nice.
Nice.
Did he just take a nap? Yes. We have a neighbor here. He's
that's also part of city life.
Yeah. It's he's napping on the public bench. This is funny, actually very funny, because I've done multiple interviews now, and there's always something happening. Like, last time around, there was like a homeless guy. He started to dumpster dive next to while we were doing the interview. And then also previously there was I was sitting here with an interview, and then suddenly a guy living there, he was like putting on his leaf blower. So and he was like, with his headphones on, and like, you don't look around when you switch that thing on.
No.
So I already find this not so much challenging, but quite humorous already.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
It's a miracle, actually. Nothing more strange has happened. Anything can happen in the city.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So if you see suddenly this screen and somebody grabs the camera and runs off, that could happen.
I can run very fast, so I can run after them. Don't worry about it.
I might hire you for security reasons. Okay, but let's continue the conversation about city life. about having options. I like that a lot. Do you ever return to Kenya, and what is there you like very much and that's not here? And perhaps the other way around as well, like, I don't know, is it people, is it options, is it, yeah, I don't know. I'd love to, I don't know anything about Kenya, so yeah, I would love to know as well.
Okay. Well, I actually go to Kenya every year because my family is still there. My parents are there. My sisters are there. They all have kids now, so it's really nice to see them. I just came back from 1 month holidays, so I'm so relaxed.
Normally
Yeah.
she would not do this interview.
No, not so easily, no. No, but I really enjoy going back. But Holland is really my home.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually something I thought about and I really feel. So when I'm in Kenya, I'm on holidays or maybe for some projects, but this is home. And yeah, what I really like about Kenya and what I don't have here is my family. But also you do different things, new options, you know, other options.
Yeah.
So
Do they come here once in a while?
my family, my parents have been here.
Okay.
My sisters not yet.
No?
It's very difficult, you know.
Okay.
You have to get visas and
Yeah,
you have to
okay.
have a good explanation of where you want to travel and things like that. So my sister's not yet, but my one of my sisters has been here, but she lives in Florida, so she has American papers. She can go anywhere she wants in the world. She can travel. Yeah. So yeah, and what I also, the difference, something I really love about Holland that's not in Kenya is two things, I think, two things. You can cycle here everywhere.
Yeah.
So if I'm in Kenya for 4 weeks, I start going crazy because I really want to come back here because I just want to, you know, it's so easy to travel.
Everything by car?
Everything, well, in Kenya it's by car, yes, yeah. And you also can't take like spontaneous long walks, you know, like here we just wake up and say, oh, let's go to the forest and take a walk. No, in Kenya you have to have a plan where you're going and stuff like that. So like this time we had all the safaris, we went to Masai Mara and all these, it's beautiful, but you can't just sit in your car and go there, you have to arrange it. So I miss that kind of freedom and, you know.
But you also have something that you can, well, compare to.
Yes.
People living there, they have no
comparison with this,
exactly.
yeah.
So they don't even know.
Yeah. And I like really in Holland that everything is so organized and, you know, opgeruimd and, you know, like when you go to the gemeente and you need your ID card, you fill in the form and they say, after 3 days your ID will be ready for you. And you can just go home and forget about it because you're sure after 3 days it will be ready. I love that.
In Kenya it takes longer?
Oof, in Kenya you have no idea if you'll ever get it or why you won't get it. So it's a bit, stressful. Yeah, I don't like that.
But I mean, when we talk about good place, right? I mean, why is your family in a good place, you would think, in Kenya?
Ooh, because Kenya is really crazy beautiful. I come from Embu, so from my parents' house you can actually see Mount Kenya. Oh, wow. You know, it's very green, lots of different kinds of birds and crops and like, it's just a different world. And for them it's their home, those are their roots, and we were actually laughing about it because we talk about the way in Holland you can keep moving, like I've moved from Utrecht to Amsterdam to here, so they think it's very crazy that you can move like that. Because in Kenya you have your family home, and that's, you build your house, that's your home, and you don't even think about like selling everything and moving to somewhere else. Yeah, so they say they are planted.
They can't move.
They can't move. I said, oh, you're not planted. You can move if you want to. It's mindset. So, but it's impossible.
You made a move.
Yeah.
And what they do, how do they see, how do they don't like that?
Oh no, but they know me. I was always, even as a child, I was not the easiest. I always did my own thing.
So you don't see yourself ever going back?
Not to live, no.
Is your partner, where is he Dutch?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very Dutch. He's very white, Dutch, blonde. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful.
I don't know. But who knows what life will do, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now there's a lot of... It's really wonderful, actually. You can have a very good life in Kenya. But you need to have a job, you know, have money, and then...
Yeah. And you can have a good life in The Hague.
I have a good life in The Hague.
We actually talked about it. You know,
Yeah.
being self-employed.
Yes.
Being free.
Yes.
At least. The word freedom.
Yes.
Doing an interview on Thursday afternoon.
Exactly.
On a sunny square.
Exactly.
Nobody who stops us.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about your work. What do you do?
Well, I am a coach. So I work with professionals from elsewhere. So you can think of experts and internationals. You have professionals who have a migration background. So I am trained as a coach, career questions and transition questions, life questions. But I really am happiest when I'm working with internationals. And that's because, of course, we all have challenges in life. But if you're from another country and you live somewhere else, you always have an extra layer for, you know, of things that you have to deal with. Yeah. And since I have also experienced a lot and I really understand a lot of stuff, then I really try and help people with that part of the, of their life questions.
Oh, so it's not only professional, it's also in life.
Yeah,
Questions.
yeah. But usually, the questions you have, well, even if they're about work, there's something usually happening at home or in life that is influencing it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever had a coach?
One day.
One day?
One afternoon.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I only did one coach session. And
Okay.
I never went back.
Okay.
I have no idea why.
Oh, I think you do, but...
No, I mean, as in, it's not because I didn't like her or whatever. I just, maybe I'm too stubborn, you know. I can fix it myself, or.
Yeah, sometimes you can. But I have like coaches who are with me for a long time, so people come once we do like a trajectory, we finish it, then they come because they have another challenge and we finish it, and then they come again. So, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, who knows?
Who knows? I'm here, Robin. I'm here for you.
After this session's continuing, it's getting more personal here.
Yeah.
Talking about life.
Yeah.
What are the biggest life questions that these people come to you?
Ooh.
Are they in a good place?
No, usually not. People go to a coach because they are stuck on something.
Yeah.
So I have like coaches who are in Kenya, for instance, who are thinking of like moving to the Netherlands, and they want me to help them to figure out, is that the right move? Is that the right choice? Or I have coaches who are here and they have jobs, or they're still not feeling settled at work, or they don't know how to deal with their white Dutch colleagues.
Who are very direct.
Or sometimes it's in their own mind. Maybe they think there's no space for them, but it's like, for instance, someone who asked me like, my Dutch colleagues never invite me to their home after work. But that's not Dutch. You meet in the cafe and not you know, so things like that. But if
there's expectation.
Yeah. So because where you come from, you have your own ways of how things work.
Yeah, interesting.
And here usually you don't know who to ask or what to ask.
Yeah.
But if someone comes to me and we start having a conversation, I can very quickly and easily place some of these aspects of what is happening. And we discuss it. Yeah.
Yes. Mostly cultural, nothing personal.
Well, sometimes it's personal, but sometimes it's cultural.
Yeah.
But I really try to be as objective as possible to really actually discuss what might be going on, because my goal is to help somebody move forward and make their own decision what they want to do.
But if you have to like, pinpoint a general thing that you observe from having all these conversations, like, what is it that, I don't know, like people are worried about?
Just being able to solve their own problems, because you're like in an unfamiliar grounds. So it's really, sometimes it can be incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Even things like you're new in the Netherlands and you need to see a doctor. In Kenya, you go to the hospital, but here you have to go to the houses. You know, and if you go to the houses, you have to make an appointment for 10 minutes. You know, things like that.
And then they say, sorry, your time's up.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
But I have 10 other things that I...
No. You choose the worst, the most urgent. Things like that. Just that kind of insecurity about, okay, how do I solve my own problems and how do I achieve my goals? We also have a lot of people who have problems because of their maybe papers, you know, like you have a good job or you just graduated and but
like
you need
diplomas,
and you need even your visas, you need to be able to allow to work and things like that. Yeah.
You can imagine that when these kind of things in life, which you see as a foundation, are like not in place, that it makes you very insecure.
It makes you very insecure, and it can actually, it's very
and
terrible.
You don't feel at home and these kind of things.
Yeah. It can actually make you lose a lot of very important opportunities in life, you know? So if you have a job and you're not being able to contribute or to be seen the way you should be, you know, showing up the way you could be showing up, you miss your promotion, for instance. That means your salary is different and what you can do with your kids is different, the house you can buy is different, all these kinds of... So...
Yeah, because there is something that you expect as well, where you want to go in your career or in life.
Exactly.
Ticking boxes.
Yes.
And if you're not able to get there or tick those boxes, then I can imagine you're stuck.
Yeah. And because you're from another country, usually it feels very, very insecure because, is it because I'm from another country as well?
So they think that is the reason?
Sometimes, yeah. Or is it because maybe I need to do extra courses, or what is it? What do I need? So, I can help people to look at that and to make a plan, a strategy.
You assure them that they're totally fine, they're beautiful people.
No, that's not what I do.
You give them options.
Yes, we actually talk about options are really good in life, and you always have options.
Yeah,
that's for sure. You always have, as long as you're prepared to actually face whatever problem or fear you're dealing with, and then you have options and make a decision and think about why this decision for now and what am I going to do. Yeah.
So would you say you're in a good place, Elizabeth?
I think I'm in a very good place. Before my holidays, I was a bit tired because I was working too much.
Your eye bags were in a different place.
Really, it was crazy. And I said to my mchumba, we really have to go on holidays. I was completely tired. But now we went, and for like a whole month, I was just relaxing and watching giraffes and lions and eating nice food. And I came back and I thought, oh my goodness, I am really relaxed. I'm in a good place. Yeah.
And The Hague is a good place?
And The Hague is a fantastic place.
And is the world in a good place, you think?
I think the world is in transition.
Okay.
Yes. So we're not sure yet if it's in a good place or in a bad place. But it's in a very,
from where
insecure.
To where?
Yes, exactly. In all kinds of aspects. So, sometimes I wonder what's going to happen, but you have to go with life as it goes. Yeah, we're in transition, that's what I would say. The world is in transition.
For the better or for the worse?
It depends on what happens.
Very cryptic, I don't know.
I don't know.
Where's the magic ball?
I don't know. We'll see, time will tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there one thing that we could do better?
We?
As a human species, beings?
I think the developments in inclusion are really very hopeful. Because I really think it doesn't matter where somebody comes from, but talents are everywhere. Everybody has something to contribute, and I think it's just so. Yes, what word can I use now that we are on film? But
take your time.
No, but for me, it's just incredible that some people are completely kept out of participating in a society. Even when they could have really very interesting and important contributions to make.
Yeah.
I think that's hurting yourself as a country or as a community or as a world.
And who's excluding them? Those people themselves or others?
The systems.
The systems,
The
right.
systems.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
We should have lesser systems.
No, we should have other systems.
Other systems.
Yeah. Inclusive systems. Yeah.
But there are a lot of systems here in the Netherlands. Sometimes I also think that I don't want to be living in that system.
Well, I like that the Netherlands is organized. I really like it. I think it gives people don't realize it, but if you're living
But it has to evolve. It has to continue to adapt to different values, different point of views, different mindset in society.
Different needs, yeah. But you do need systems. You do. Because it gives you also something you can count on, you know how things work and what you can rely on.
But I still come back to what you said in the beginning even. It becomes a red thread in this conversation, is that having options. That if you give people options, they can make a choice.
Yes.
And it's not one way, my way or the highway, you know?
True.
That's what I sometimes have with the system. It's like a given, and then either you play ball or not. But that should not be those two options.
So which system do you think for you is the most difficult to deal with?
Tons of systems. Like I don't know. Like I'm in a phase where we have to pay daycare for a child, which is a system.
Yeah.
But people are employed, people are self-employed, there are different types of people with different types of needs. But it cannot just be one given system, and you just have to do it,
Yeah, you're right. It's not one size fits all.
It's not modular. It's not all of that.
Yeah.
And of course, there are tons of other probably examples that. I'm not gonna throw one in here because otherwise we get more into politics. And
gosh.
But it's more like if you want to have also inclusiveness, then I think you have to give people more options and not just saying it's that and otherwise go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean that's not inclusivity.
Yeah. And I think it's also for the people who make those policies, it's also not that easy because you cannot please everybody.
No.
But you have to really try your best and find a good balance that actually works for as many people as possible, not for just one group or. Yeah. And one last thing with it, I always that's in my back of my mind lately is I would love us to be more we instead of I. So. A lot of things are built on individualism, and I would love to see more collectivism. Yes.
More understanding. People could be more nice on the streets. It's these are the things that I observe. It's getting a bit more divided, a bit more harsh, a bit more. So it's funny because at one point you say inclusivity, everybody should and is welcome, but there's so many people that. They don't want that. They just mind their own business, and that's all they care of.
Yeah, it's quite a challenge, and I think for me also there's a balance to be found, because I do want the community, but not also taking away all my freedoms.
Yeah.
So I also need to have my own private life.
Yeah.
And it's a balance.
Yeah.
But things like green or having enough nature, or that everybody can have health care, or those are very important, that everybody has them, that everybody can buy food and lives inside a house and not on the streets. Those are very important things. But I also don't want communism like in Cuba, where the government gives you a bag of beans every, I don't know, month or whatever, and you are not allowed to have a, like if you have a job, you can't negotiate your salary or something like that. The government determines how much salary you can have. No, I don't want that. I also want to be able to travel if I want to, or to go to school if I want to, or to wear the clothes I want to wear if I want to, or to have my hair there I want it if I want.
Wear what you want.
Essentially.
Have all the options.
I want my options, yes.
And as we said before, maybe we do something else every 10 years, and you should have that option to do so.
It really is, I mean, I also think in life, if I look back, as you grow older and you have different experiences, you also change as a human being. You're not the person I was when I was 20 is very different from when I was in my 30s, and now I'm in my 40s, and the experiences I've had, the things which I feel are very important or not, the things I learned as a child in Kenya, we had to go to church, and I was always asking why, and there was no answer. It was in the Bible, you just have to go to church, things like that. But you have to think for yourself and really, also evolve with your life.
And through your experiences and making those moves you have, of course.
Yeah,
it's very interesting. And that's also transitioning into, being more steady, living in a good place, and also appreciating it more. And then adapt to change as well.
Exactly. Adapting is very important. A lot of people don't realize that. So they keep trying to, life has moved on. Maybe you're in a relationship, it's not good anymore, or you're not happy anymore, or you're in a job, you're not happy anymore, or I don't know, but you're trying to force your new situation to make you happy, but it won't. You need to move on as well. Yes.
I think that's a nice closing statement. Adapt, people, move on.
Like we're going to move on to have a beer over there?
You have to have an alcoholic option. But I think this is beautiful. I think this is a very insightful conversation. We started off laughing every 10 seconds to quite some serious notes at the end. But I think that's what this conversation is here for. So thank you, Elizabeth, for your time.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. For everyone who wants, he needs a coach, who wants some life advice, help with the transition, then the details will be below.
Okay.
I really appreciate your time.
Yes.
And it was great getting to know you through this.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next beer we're gonna have. For everyone watching, thanks again for your attention and for your time. Also to all the listeners, we're gonna have a next episode soon on a new public bench somewhere. I don't know where yet, and who knows I'm gonna have next to me, but it's gonna be exciting. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.